Welcome back to Vision Academy. In this video, I'm gonna start another series of lectures on multiple correlation, partial correlation, and multiple regression. These lectures based on further consideration of multivariate data analysis, where we will consider more than 3 variables for the calculation. So in this video, I will deal with multiple regression in that 2 calculation and solve and find the values of R1.23, R2.13, R3.13 and R12, R13 and R23. So let us understand what is multiple correlation first. Whenever we dealing with items like something like variables in the study, height and weight, here 2 variables are there, and income and expenditure, again 2 variables are there, demand and supply, 2 variables are there again. In all this instance, we check the correlation between 2 variables. We check the linear relation between those 2 variables. We check the direction of correlation, whether it is positive or whether it is negative. We check about that. But we need to consider some of the situations where which is applicable in biological, physical and social sciences, where we have to deal with more than 2 variables. And very importantly, value of one variable seems to influenced by 2 or more variables, which means if we have more than 2 variables under the study which are interrelated, here very importantly correlation between those 3 variables or more than two variables in some way or other way exist, then we need to apply multiple correlation to deal in that instances. So let us see some of the examples. How do we obtain such kind of instance in the next slide? Here let us understand what is multiple correlation. Here it is very simple. Multiple correlation is the study of combined influence. Very importantly, combined influence are 2 or more variables on a single variable is called multiple correlation. 2 or more variable must influence in combination to a single variable, then we can term this as multiple correlation. I will give you an example how 2 or more variables in the combination influence one variable. Here very importantly, we study more than 2 variables, and very importantly one variable is dependent variable and others are independent variable. So we study multiple impact of independent variable on dependent variable. In case of multiple correlation, we will consider 2 independent variable and 1 dependent variable. Those 2 independent variable will impact on single dependent variable. So by calculating multiple correlation, we study the direction between them. Very importantly, it may be positive, negative, such direction. So that direction, that relation we state in terms of degree, whether it is positive degree, negative degree, or else we can term the degree as strong positive correlation or strong negative correlation. When the value is more than 0.75, then we can say strong positive correlation, and vice versa. If it is minus 0.75, it is a strong negative correlation. If it is more than 0.75, it is a strong positive correlation, and like that we study about a degree. And always correlation ranges from 0 to 1 only. The relation, it will be between 0 to 1, whether it is negative or positive. So let us have some of the example for understanding much more. So crimes in a city may be influenced by illiteracy, increased population and unemployment in the city. So in such instance, we need to apply multiple correlation. Here crimes is dependent variable, illiteracy, increased population, unemployment is independent variable. If the people are literate, then crimes may fall down. If the people are illiterate, crimes rate may be high. And in the same way, if the people having sufficient jobs, then crime rate will be fall down. And when an economy is facing unemployment crisis, then obviously crimes will be high. So here crimes is dependent variable and others variables are independent variable. Let's have one more example for that. The production of crop. Here dependent variable is production of crop may depend upon amount of rainfall, quality of seed, quality of fertilizers used, and method of irrigation, and so many things. Here amount of crop, production of crop is a dependent variable, whereas production of crop will be dependent based on the rainfall, quality of seed you used, and quality of fertilizers you used, and method of irrigation you used. So all these independent variables are going to affect production of crop. So production of crop is dependent variable here. So one more example we can have, performance of students in university exam. So here performance of student is dependent variable, may depend upon his or her IQ power, and mother's qualification, father's qualification, parents' income, number of hours study, etc. So here performance of student is depend upon variety of things we have quoted here. His IQ, mother qualification, father's qualification, parent income, and so many things. So dependent variable is performance of students, and that performance is going to affect by the so many things we quoted here, such as independent variable. So in either the case we need to apply multiple correlation. In that too, when we want to check the relation, when we want to check the direction between those variables. So let us move further. In multiple correlation we do have to find multiple correlation of coefficients. So we have three options for multiple correlation coefficient. One is R1.23, second one is R2.13, third one is R3.13. Finally, you need to obtain these three multiple correlation coefficient result. So these are the available three options. Let us understand what is R1.23. In case of R1.23, and there is one more thing called partial correlation. We need to differentiate between partial correlation and multiple correlation. In case of multiple correlation, we use big R, here big R, and 1.23. So here we consider only one dependent variable. So two independent variables are going to affect this one dependent variable. This is a perfect example for multiple correlation, and again I will tell you, it will be a capital R, and there will be only one independent variable, dependent variable, two independent variables we consider for the study. So in case of partial correlation, it will be like small r, so like 2.3. So you must be able to differentiate between multiple correlation and partial correlation. Let us understand what is R1.23. In case of R1.23, we study multiple impacts of second and third independent variables on first dependent variable. So here R is a, which means we can specifically say this is the case of multiple correlation, because in case of R1.23, here one dependent variable is going to affected by two independent variable. So let's go for second one, that R2.13. So in case of R2.13, 2 will be dependent variable, and 1 and 3 will be independent variable. In case of R2.13, we study multiple impacts of first and third independent variables on the second dependent variable. So and the same thing in case of R3.13. So here 3 is a dependent variable, 1, 2 is a independent variable. In case of R3.13, we study the multiple impacts of first and second independent variables on third dependent variable. So if you want to calculate multiple correlation, you need to obtain values of R1.23, values of R2.23 and 3.12. Then let us see formula for calculating to obtain the result of 1.2 or 1.23 and other things. So this is the formula for coefficient of multiple correlation. Firstly, let me consider R 1.23. So which means I told you here one is dependent variable, 2 and 3 is a independent variable. We study multiple impacts of second and third independent variable and first dependent variable in case of R 1.23. So formula we use here for this is, so this is a formula R 1.23 in the square root R12, which means R square 12 plus R square 13 minus 2 into R12 into R13 into R23 divided by, the whole thing is divided by 1 minus R square 23. So here R 1.23 is a multiple correlation coefficient, and here we have R12, R13 and R3. Those three values are very important. What is that R12, R13 and R23? R12 is the total correlation coefficient between variable x1 and x2. So R1 means x1. 1 here, 1 is x1, 2 is x2. So here total correlation between x1 and x2, and in the same way R23 means total correlation between x2 and x3, and in case of R13 total correlation between x1 and x3. So very importantly, we need to understand one thing here, how to understand this formula. That is very important. You need to observe here R 1.23 and keenly just look in the square root that R1, first two elements are 1, 2. So R12, and next elements here I will consider this, then R13. Firstly I consider first two elements, that R12, and for second calculation I consider first and third element. So R12, R13, and again minus, it will be repeated same thing. So minus 2, again R12, again I will consider R12 first, then R13, again what I considered here, the same thing will be repeated here, and lastly so I will consider only independent variable, so that is R23, and in the denominator independent variables only, so that is R square 23. So which means in the R square 12 and R square 13 we will consider one dependent variable and one independent variable. You can take vice versa. Firstly you can take R13, thereafter you can take R12. It does not matter. So R square 12, which means one dependent variable and one independent variable, plus R square 13 means one dependent variable one and other remaining independent variable, minus same thing R12, R13, and in the lastly which will be multiplied by R23. 23 means only independent variable, and in the denominator also only independent variable. This is very easy to understand if you are sufficient enough to understand this. So otherwise you have to worry about to retain the formula in your mind. So that is why you need to concentrate on the logic that you use here. So here we understand the formula of R 1.23. Now let us consider second coefficient of multiple correlation coefficient, that is R 2.13. Once you understand this formula, same thing can be replaced in R 2.13 and R 3.12 also. So as I told you already, in case of R 2.13, 2 is a dependent variable and 13 is an independent variable. So we study multiple impacts of first and third independent variable on second dependent variable. So let us understand what is the formula we use here. Here again we can apply the logic. So R 2.13, as I told you, firstly I will consider two elements, that 2.21, here R square 21, and again I will consider first and last element, that is R23, and same thing here R21, R23, and again independent variable only 13. So after dot you will consider. And here also independent variable. There is a very similarity between R1.23 and R2.13. Similarity in the sense in the logic that we use to formulate this formula. Okay, so here R square 21 means one dependent variable and one independent variable, and R square 23 means other remaining independent variable and same dependent variable, and these two elements will be repeated here, 2 into R21 R23, and in the lastly R13, and same thing is used in denominator R square 13. The only difference to R13 in the numerator and R square 13 in the denominator is we have used square in case of denominator. So again R2.13 means which is a multiple correlation coefficient, and as I told you already, R13 is the total correlation coefficient between R1 x1 and x3, and R12 means, as I told you, same thing, the total correlation coefficient between x1 and x2. R23 means total correlation coefficient between x2 and x3. So let us consider last formula, that is R3.12. Here we consider dependent variable as 3 and 12 as independent variable. Let us see if the formula. The formula again, this is very easy. That's what logic we apply to formulate formula in case of R1.23 and R2.13. The same thing will be applicable here, that is R3.12, and firstly I will consider R31 here, 1331 both are same, and secondly I will consider first and last element, so that R32 and minus 2 R31 32, here same thing we repeat it again, and last two independent variable 1 2, here R12, and again same R12 square 1 minus R12 square, and remaining values are same for here also. So please concentrate on how to formulate formula logically, very logically, otherwise you will be in trouble. And one more thing, we are using something like R1.23. imagine in case of multiple correlation and coefficient, we are having 1 2 3, which means more than 3 variables, and I told you in case of how to formulate that 3 option here. Firstly, let us take all the 3 elements. As in the case of multiple correlation, we use one dependent variable, so that is R1 point, and others 2 are independent variable. I will use after point as 2 3 firstly. So first option is over, and I will consider second option. I am telling you how to formulate this 1 2 3 into R1.23, R2.13 and R3.13. So again for second, we have considered 1 already as a dependent variable. Now we have to change that combination, and a second element is 2. I will consider dependent variable as 2 here, and remaining thing is 1 2 1 3 1 3. So second option is over, then only one option left, that is R 3.12. I will tell you how to formulate this. We have used already 1 and 2 as dependent variable, remaining thing is only 3, so R 3 point. Then how to use that 1 2? So here we have 1 2 1 2 to 1, it does not matter in case of multiple correlation and coefficient, we have 1 2. So by this way we have formulated R1.23, R2.13 and R3.12. Understanding formula is very essential in case of multiple correlation coefficient, otherwise you will be in trouble. Please pause the video and go back and listen to this formula explanation one more time. And one more thing we have to consider here, we have used this formula, and I told you to calculate R2.13 we use this formula, to calculate R1.23 we use this formula, and so on here also. But what about R21, R23 and R13? So R13, R21 3 2 or 1 2 or 1 3 or 2 1, like that. So to apply this formula we need this information. Those things are total correlation. So we have to consider some of the formula for that too, which means if you want to calculate multiple correlation coefficient of R1.23, for that basic elements are correlation, that R12, R13, R23. These things, finding these things are very essential. Sometimes directly they have given R12, R13, R23, then you can apply directly R1.23, R2.13 and R3.12. Otherwise from the raw data you need to calculate R12, 13 and 23. So let us understand what is the formula we use to calculate this. Firstly, R12, here R12 is equal to n number of observation, and we need to have two values for R12, that is x1 and x2. So summation x1 and x2, summation x1 into x2 minus summation x1 summation x2. This is very easy because we have calculated, we have know already how to calculate correlation. So after understanding correlation only we come to multiple correlation. This is a formula of correlation only. Okay, so 1 2 for x1 and x2 we use this formula. In the denominator, within the bracket n, in the bracket summation x square, we will take that, and summation x1 whole square, and bracket close and again bracket open, n summation x2 square and x2 whole square. Here also very easy. Let me tell you, n is common and summation x1 x2, because we have to calculate the total correlation of R12. So for that we need to multiply x1 and x2, and again summation x1 separately, summation x2, and in the denominator summation x1 square, we need to square the summation x1 value, then we have to take that summation, and summation x1 whole square, here we have used x1, summation x1 whole square, and the same formula of this portion is repeated here. Here we use it for x1, and same thing here we use for x2. Here n bracket summation x2 square, here x1 square, here x2 square, and minus summation x2 whole square, here minus summation x1 whole square. So the formula is very easy. Since we are dealing with x1 and x2, we have considered summation x1, summation x2, summation x1 x2, summation x1 square, summation x2 square. These 5 information and n, these 6 information are very necessary to apply here. The same logic will be repeated in case of 1 3 also. So with a slight change, the same thing will be repeated. N is common, summation x1 x2, here summation x1 x3, because we are considering x1 and x3 only here, and here we used x1, summation x1, same thing we are also using summation x1. So we will use x1, same thing, it won't replace. In case of in place of summation x2, we use summation x3, because we are dealing with x1 and x3, and in the denominator this portion is common, because we are dealing with x1, summation x1 square, summation x1 whole square, but here it will be changed to summation R12, because in the R12 we consider x1 and x2, that is why we have used here x2, but here in the case of R12 we are using x1 and x3, that's why we have to use here x2 x3 value, that is x3 square summation x3 whole square. Okay, we have one more option, correct, R23. Here as we explained, we consider x1 and x2, variable x1 and variable x2. Since we are using variable x1 and x2, we have to use this x2 x3. Here in case of first example we used 1 2, that is why x1 into x2, and a second example we used 1 3, that's why x1 and x3. In the third example we are dealing with x1 and x3, that is why we have to take summation x2 and x3, and here we are using x2 3, that is why summation x2 and x3 in the denominator. Firstly two information, that is summation x2 square minus summation x2 whole square, and see, this will be repeated because in here also we are using this, that is n into summation x2 x3 square and minus summation x3 whole square. So basically these three information is much necessary to apply total correlation coefficient of R12, R13 and R23. So we have finished to explain the formula. Now let us move on to consider a problem first. Then we can apply this total correlation coefficient and multiple correlation also. So I have taken very simple formula because to make you understand very easily. So from the following data we need to obtain R1.23, R2.13 and R3.12. I told you how to form this R1.23, 2.13 and R3.12. Yeah, we have since we are having multiple correlation coefficient, we have to have more than two variables. We have variable 1 x1, variable 2, variable 3. So variable x1 value 2, 5, 7, 11 and x2 3, 6, 10, 12, x3 1, 3, 6, 10. Totally we are having 4 observation for each variable. Using this we need to calculate multiple correlation coefficient. So let us apply that formula then. So as I told you, to obtain multiple correlation coefficient of R1.23, 2.13 and 3.12, we use the following formula. I told you, I explained you this formula, and to obtain to apply to this formula again we need information of R12, R13 and R23 to replace values into the multiple correlation coefficient formula. For that I told you, I explained you the formula we used to calculate for R12, R12 and R13 and R23. So to apply multiple correlation coefficient we need to obtain total correlation of R12, 13, 23. Then we have to go from the basic to apply to this data using raw data given in the problem. So then let us consider that raw data. Here these are the problem given, details of 3 variables, and here formulas that we need to primarily obtain to apply to the multiple correlation coefficient. So here we need to understand what are the necessary things. One is x1, x2 and summation x1, summation x2, and here very simply summation x1 we need, summation x2 need, summation x3 we need, summation x1 square we need, summation x2 square we need, here summation x2 square, summation x3 square we need, here summation x1 square we need, and summation x1 x2 we need, summation x1 x3 we need, summation x2 x3 we need. These are very primarily information. Using this formula we have to calculate these things, that is summation x1 x2 x3, summation x1 square, x2 square, x3 square, summation x1 x2, summation x1 x3, summation x1 x2 and summation x3. So it takes a huge time to explain each and everything. Here I have calculated whole things. What are the things I told you? I have calculated all the things. Since we are having 3 variables, that is x1, x2, x3. I have taken summation of x1. So here I have added all the variables 2, 5, 7, 11, which is 25. And same thing for x2 also, I have added x2 variable 3, 6, 10, 12. So that is summation x2 is 3, 1. And I have added x3 also 1, 2, 6, 10. Summation x3 is 20. Now we have to multiply x1 into x1 only, that is why x1 square and x2 square and x3 square. Here 2 into 2 4, here 5 into 5 25, 7 square 49, 11 square 121. So x2 square will be 3 square 9, 6 square 36, 10 square 100, 12 square 144. So summation x2 square is 289, summation x1 square is 199. Let us move on to the summation x3, x3. So x3, in the x3 we need summation x3. So that is why x1 square 1, 3 square 9, 6 square 6 into 6 36, 10 into 10 again 100. Summation x3 square is 146. Now we need again, since we have to use interchangeably x1 x3 and x1 x2 and x2 x3, we need summation x1 x2, summation x1 x3, summation x2 x3. So firstly summation x1 x2 let us obtain. For that we need to multiply x1 into x2. So x1 is 2, x2 is 3, 2 into 3 6, and 5 into 6 30, 5 into 6 30, 7 into 10 70, 12 into 11 132. So summation x1 x2 is 238. Then we need summation x1 x3. So 2 into 1 2 only, 5 into 3 15, 7 into 6 42, 11 into 10 110. Summation x1 x3 is 169. And lastly summation x2 x3 we need summation x2 summation x3. So then x2 value 3, x3 value 1, 3 into 1 3, 6 into 3 18, 10 into 6 60, 12 into 10 120. Summation x2 x3 is 201. We obtained all the details which are required to apply to these three formula, that is R12, 13, 23. Then let us apply, let us calculate each and every total correlation. So let us consider firstly R13, 12. For that we need to have this formula. So I have explained this formula already. Here essentially what we need is, since we have R12, we need x1 summation x1 x1 square summation x1 summation x1 square summation x2 square summation x2 summation x1 x1 x2 summation x1 x2. So I will derive all the information from the formula. In the last step we have calculated all the information. Here summation x1 is 25, summation x1 square is 199, which is derived from last calculation. X2 is summation x2 is 31, summation x2 square is 289, summation x1 x2 is 238. N number of observation are 4. In each and every variable 4 observations are there. So here n is 4 and summation x1 x2, I will replace this formula by this 238. Summation x1 is 25, x2 is 31, and summation x1 square, here summation x1 square 199, summation x1 we have taken it here 25 into square, n summation x2 square 289, summation x2 whole square, summation x2 is 31 into 2. So when we apply to the formula, we have applied like this. So 4 into summation x1 x2, x1 x2 is 238. So x1 summation x1 is 25. We have just replaced all the things. 25 summation x2 is 31 here, and in the denominator n is 4, summation x1 square is 199, x1 square, summation x1 is 25. So summation x1 square, x1 whole square since it is whole square, 25 into 25. So 25 into 25. So again n is 4, here n is 4. Summation x2 square, summation x2 square is 289 here, and minus summation x2 whole square. Summation x2 is 31. 31 into 31 because x2 whole square. When we simplify this, so that is 4 into 238, 25 into 31, we will subtract this portion by this portion. Then in the denominator, 4 into 199, we will keep it for next step. 25 into 25, we will subtract 4 into 199 minus 25 into 25. Thereafter 4 into 289, 31 into 31, we will subtract this. 4 into 289 minus 31 into 39, we will subtract. Then in the denominator, we will again multiply the value remained here from the value remained here, and from the ultimate value we will take root of it. So when we went to further calculation, that 4 into 238 in minus 25 into 31, which is 177. So this 4 into 199 minus 25 into 25 will be 177. So 4 into 289 minus 31 into 31 will be 195. Here firstly I will multiply this thing 171 into 195, and then thereafter I will take root. So when I take root, finally I got 182.61. So 177 divided by 182.61, which is 0.97. So by the same way we will calculate R12 and 23. So let us consider then R13. We know that formula, and these are the necessary requirements for to apply R13 to find out total correlation coefficient between x1 and x3. So here we will replace that, the formula we are having we will replace here. So same thing, x1 x3 is 4 into x1 x3. x1 x3 is 169 minus summation x1, we know that 25, summation x3 is 20, and in the denominator 4 into 199, so which is x1 square. x1 square is 199 minus x1 is 25. x1 whole square will be 25 into 25 into 4, number of observation 4. We have 4 values in each variable, into 146. 146 is x3 square. x3 square is 146 minus 20, that is x3 whole square. x3 is 20, whole square will be 20 into 20. So when we subtract this for next step, we got that something. So 4 into 169 minus 25 into 20. When we subtracted that, this is 176, and with this portion, when we subtracted this portion, we got 177. When we subtracted this portion, we got 184. Now we will multiply 171 into 184. Thereafter we will take a root. So when we take a root, we got that value in the denominator 176, in the numerator 177.38. when you divide 176 by 177.39, R13 is 0.99. So by the same way, let us obtain the values of R232. We know that formula for R23. So here R23, and I have pasted here. We obtained this from the tabulation, that to apply to R23, we need 2 and 3 information, all the relevant information available in the table. So that we will replace, I told you how to replace. So that n number of observation in 2 and 3 is 4. Summation x2 x3 is, summation x2 x3 is 201. Summation x2 is 31 here. Summation x3 is 20. We obtained this from the table. In the denominator 4, number of observation is 4. summation x2 square, x2 square is 289, here 289 minus summation x2 whole square, summation x2 whole square, summation x2 is 31 whole square, since it is whole square, 31 into 31 into 4 into 146, 140 x2 x3 square, x3 square, here it is x3 square 146 minus summation x3, x3 is 20, so since it is whole square, 20 into 20. So when we simplify this, as I told you, in the numerator we have to multiply this portion and we have to multiply this portion. From each value we will subtract. In the denominator we will multiply this, and here also we will multiply this, then thereafter we will subtract this, and here also we will multiply, here also we will multiply, thereafter we will subtract. When we do so, numerator is 184, denominator 195 into 184. This is subtraction, multiplication, and thereafter we have taken root. So 184 by 189.42 will be 0.97. So by this way we obtained R12, R23, R31. Sorry, 1331. Both are same. Since we obtained all three total correlation values of R23, 13, and 12, now we can calculate R13, R23, and R32. So then let us apply it to the formula and calculate R13 1.23. So to apply it to the formula for R1.23, we need this information. Just we have calculated this information. R 0.12 which is 0.97 and R13 is 0.99, R23 is 0.97. Then we will apply to the formula of R1.23. then we will replace all the values. So when we replace all the values, R12 here 0.97 into 0.97, R13, so here 0.99 into 0.99, so here 2 into R12 0.97, R13 0.96, and R23 0.97. In the denominator 1 minus R square 23. So 0.97 into 0.97. So let us replace and simplify the things we had required in the formula. So R12 square will be 0.97 square plus R13 square will be 0.99 square minus 2 is a formula which will be carried same. R12 is 0.97, R13 is a 0.99, and R23 is a 0.97. In the denominator 1 minus R13 23 is a 0.97 into 0.97. Now firstly we have to multiply 0.97 into 0.97, then again 0.99 into 0.99, then this portion we have to add this portion here. So keep added value of these two, and then we have to multiply 2 into 0.97, 0.99, 0.97. Then in the denominator we have to firstly 0.97 into 0.97, then we have to subtract the obtained value from the 1. So thereafter, after doing so, we have after simplifying 0.97 into 0.97 plus 0.99 into 0.99, this portion amount will be subtracted by this portion. So thereafter we got the next value is 0.058 in the numerator, 0.059 in the denominator. So finally we got that value. After subtracting this, R1.23 will be 0.99. So here very simple, we have to make a square of respected value wherever we have square. So here example 0.97 square into 0. Which means 0.97 into 0.97. Here 0.99 into 0.99. We have to add these two value and from this value we have to subtract this value. So thereafter remaining thing will be subtracted by the denominator. In the denominator, firstly we have to multiply by the same value 0.97 into 0.97, then we have to subtract it by 1 minus the remaining value. Then we will in the next step we will subtract 0.058 and 0.059, then we will obtain final value. Then let us move on to other coefficient of multiple correlation. So that is other coefficient of multiple correlation is R2.13. So here also we need only three values, R12, 13 and 23. Here I can tell you simply, here also we will replace all the relevant values. So here we can see R21, 21, 12 both are same, so here 0.97, and here 23, so we have 23 here 0.97, then 2 into R21, again we have to use this 12 because 21, 12 both are same, so 0.97. R23 here we have 0.97, R13 here we have 0.99, R13 R13 is 0.99 square, R square 13. So then I will replace all the values here. The next step, R21, 12 both are same, 0.97 square plus R23 0.97, here this 0.97. So 0.97 into 0.97 plus 0.97 into 0.97, 2 remain same, and R21 I told you 12 is a 0.97 into R23, here this is R23 0.99, here R23 is over and R13 is 0.99. Yeah, this is 23 and which is 13. There is no worry, we can use this interchangeably. Even you use interchangeably, the value remains same. So when we simplify all the values later, which means we have subtracted this simplified value from this simplified value, and this simplified value from this one, we obtained 0.19 divided by 0.20. Then when we divided that, we got something like 0.95. So R2.13 is 0.95. Then let us see R3.12. So we know that formula for this also. We have a separate formula for this. Here also we will replace these three values. Here R31, we have to use R13 as R31, 13, 31 both are same, and R32, here we have 23, that is 32, that is just we have used change ulta. So 23, 32 both are same, R32, R square 32, and here R31 as I told you 13, that is 0.99, R2 32, 23 both are same, R12, here we have R12, here we have R12 square. So when we replace that value, firstly I will replace value, thereafter we will go for simplifying. R31, 13 is 99, 0.99, 0.99 into 0.99, R32, here 32 is 23, 0.97 into 0.97, and 2 is formula, so 31 which means 13 is 0.99 here. Yeah, here 0.31 is here, 13 0.99, and which is 23, which means 32, 23 both are same, 0.97. So you can use it anyhow interchangeably, and in the denominator we have the R, this 12, R12 is 0.97, 0.97 square. So 31 means 13 which is 0.99, 32 means 23, it can also be 23 which is 0.97, 31 is 13, 0.97, 32 means 23, 0.97, and 12 is 0.99. So when we simplify that and subtracted by each values, we got value for 0.58 in the numerator, 0.591 in the denominator. So finally we got value of R 3.12 is 0.99. So by this way we obtained all the values of multiple correlation and coefficient. So this is a final output for of all the 6 values. Here 0.12 R12 value, and here R13 value, here R23 value, R1.23, R2.13 and R3.12. So by this way, using the formula, we have calculated all the elements required to apply to the formula. Here I am giving an assignment. Here we have 3 variables and each values having their respected information, respected raw data. Using this data, you need to calculate R1.23, 2.13 and 3.12. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any queries, please do comment in the comment box. And for multiple correlation coefficient, I will do one more video. Please watch that video also. I have sourced this material to prepare this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe to my Vision Academy YouTube channel.